Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody's doing great. It's Friday, September 20th. Currently it is 66 degrees. Feels good. High today's 84. No chance of rain. We didn't really end up getting that much rain. Not much at all. Wind at 1 mile per hour right now. But it is enough to make the grass grow a little bit. We're going to have to mow it soon. It's not quite there yet. I mean, we wait, until it's time to mow it. I mean, we don't just go by, okay, it's been five days, it's been 7 days. Just whenever it looks like it needs mowed is when we mow it. And the way gas is, it's actually expensive to mow this big yard. I mean, more than it used to be. Let's put it that way. Not almost twice as much as it used to cost for gas. Okay, today there'll be an out and about. We haven't done one of those in a little while. We went to Big Lots. We had they send me emails and I couldn't find my card. I have a card. It's Big Rewards, I think it says on it. And I couldn't find it, so then they, just went by my phone number. I told them my phone number and they could look it up that way. And then I had an email that they sent a coupon or whatever, the UPC code for 20% off your entire order. So we decided to go and thought we would go ahead and do an out and about. It was a nice day, and there was still lots of clouds though, but they were like fluffy kind of clouds, I believe. They weren't really like storm clouds or anything. So yeah, check that out. And then let's see, Saturday should be Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews. And then if we do that Saturday, then Sunday will be the haul from there. Found some great snacks. And what I like is they've got different brands than you'll see. Some of them you don't see anywhere else in town besides there. But I like the variety, and that we got 20% off of them too. Okay, so I got some pretty neat stuff. What's for dinner? The plan is, and this will be good, a smoked sausage and sauerkraut. Probably fix that in the crock pot, and might throw some potatoes. Let me see, write that down. Might throw some potatoes in it with a crock pot, or in the crock pot with it. And we're gonna have some fried okra. We got tons of okra from my garden, a bunch. I just gave Mom a bunch of them, and she showed me she air fried some. She breaded it. It looked like she had breaded it in cornmeal and air fried it. It looked really good. Yeah, so she was real happy with it. And probably fix some cornbread. We haven't had any of that in a while. We take spells. I mean, for a while there, we were eating cornbread at least once a week with something, and then we just kind of got away from it. We don't eat as much bread, really, as we used to. I mean, when I was growing up, Mom would have a bread with pretty much every meal, some kind of bread, biscuits or something or other, we don't have it as much. There's certain things I like it with, like spaghetti and a salad and garlic bread, stuff like that. Italian food in general, I like to have some bread with it. Okay, sop some of that sauce up. So yeah. All right, jokes of the day. Let me get my eyeballs on, not in. Teacher, what are you grateful for? Megan, I'm grateful for the big man upstairs. Little Johnny, not me, the big man upstairs drives me nuts. He practices river dancing every night for an hour. Can you imagine having somebody living above you that practice river dances, river dancing every night for an hour. It would drive me nuts. Absolutely nuts. I know it would, Joy, too. Okay, I went to the doctor for my yearly physical. The nurse started with certain basics. How much do you weigh, she asked. 135, I said. The nurse put me on the scale. It turns out my weight is 180. The nurse asked, your height? 5'4", I said. The nurse checked and saw that I only measured 5'2". She then took my blood pressure and told me that it is very high. Of course it's high, I screamed. When I came in here, I was tall and slender. Now I'm short and fat. Oh, man. I went one time. I check our scales. I try to check our scales against the doctor's offices. You know, and I had ours. It was dead on with, you know, they got several different scales at the doctor's office. You don't get on the same one every time. So I got on one. It said I weighed so much. And then when I got on the other one, it said that I weighed something like 14 pounds less. And this was like, I think I did it in the same day just to see. You know, they have them just sitting out there. You can get on them anytime, as long as nobody's in there, you know. But they're out in the hall and stuff, the scale. So I told them, I said, not one scale over here on this side, I weighed this, and I said over on the other side I weighed like 14 pounds less. It was, I think it was like 14 pounds. It was quite a bit. I'm not exactly for sure about that, but it was a lot more on that one. And she said they would have it checked out. I don't think I ever followed up on it. But you want them to have your right weight, not to have it padded, you know, 14 pounds more than you're supposed to be. Okay, here's the thought of the day. It's from Anonymous. To be protected in the future, one must be saved in the past. Okay, that's amen. All right. Okay, let's find a... Oops, what did I do? What did I press? I pressed something. Here, I think this was the one I was looking at. It says, can you weather this brain-teasing rainy day quiz? Okay, let's play it. Let's see what it's like. Okay, what causes the sound of thunder associated with lightning? Sound of thunder associated with lightning. What causes the sound of thunder? Okay, air expansion and contraction, rocks on the ground cracking, ice cores breaking, nuclear fission. You know, I think they could have come up with some better ones, you know. Rocks on the ground cracking. I mean, come on, there's not rocks under every single lightning strike. Ice cores. Where do they get this stuff? Nuclear fission. It's air expansion and contraction, obviously. Yes. Thunder is a sound caused by a nearby flash of lightning that can be heard for a distance of only about 10 miles from the lightning strike. So if you lightning, you see a flash of lightning and hear it. If you hear it, it's only 10 miles. Okay, the sound of thunder should serve as a warning to anyone outside that they are within striking distance of the storm and need to get to a safe place immediately. Okay, come on. What is the phenomenon where rain falls while the sun is shining called? What is the where rain falls while the sun is shining? What's that called? They got a pretty picture. If I can get it to. Sun shower, relief, rainfall, drizzle, hailstorm. Look, honey, it's drizzle outside. I can see the sun and it's raining. The only one that sounds, you know, anywhere near is sun shower. That's right. Come on. A sun shower or sun shower is a meteorological phenomenon in which rain falls while the sun is shining. It's usually the result of accompanying winds associated with a rainstorm, sometimes miles away. Wow, and it's blowing the airborne drops into an area where there are no clouds. The Camellia sinensis plant gives us which hot drink? Camellia sinensis, S-I-N-E-N-S-I-S, gives us which hot drink? Here's, I guess, a picture of it. Tea, milk, coffee, hot chocolate. Oh, we got a hot chocolate plant out in the backyard, and go ahead and get you some. I think it kind of looks like tea leaves to me. Tea. Yeah. Milk. What? Tea is the second most popular beverage in the world behind water. All tea is made from leaves of the Camellia sinensis species only. Okay. Which weather instrument is used to measure atmospheric pressure? Hygrometer, psychrometer, anemometer, A-N-E-M-O-M-E-T-E-R, barometer. Oh man, they got some crazy answers in these. It's barometer. Yes. A barometer is a scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure, also called barometric pressure. In which board game do players try to sink each other's ships? I don't know, but everybody should know this one. I hate to skip a bunch, but sometimes it's necessary. I think everybody's going to know this, but I'll go ahead. Anyway, I thought this would be harder. I thought this was more like weather-related stuff. Okay, checkers, battleship, Risk, Trivial Pursuit. Y'all ever play Risk? That was a crazy game. We used to play it. It took forever, it seems like, to play it. Of course, I played checkers. I think I've played Trivial Pursuit before. But B12. Uh-oh, you sunk my battleship. Did y'all see that movie, Battleship? That's a good movie. Oh, I'll check that out. Battleship, let's see, that makes 5. Battleship, also known as Battleships or Sea Battle, is a strategy-type guessing game for 2 players. It is played on ruled grids on which each player's fleet of warships are marked, and y'all know how to play it. You sunk my battleship. The smell that precedes a storm comes from what? Nitric acid, phosphate, sulfuric acid, ozone. We've got some crazy looking lightning there. Okay, the smell that precedes a storm comes from what? I don't see, like, sulfuric acid would really smell. If I'm not mistaken, it's got that nasty rotten egg smell, if I'm thinking of the right thing. That can't be ozone. Ozone is higher up in the atmosphere, I always thought. This is the only one that's really been tricky for me. I'm going to go with phosphate. No, it is ozone. Okay, I didn't know that. Before the rain begins, one of the first odors you may notice is a sweet, pungent zing in your nostrils. That's the sharp, fresh aroma of ozone, a form of oxygen whose name comes from the Greek word ozion, to smell. Wow. I did learn something finally. Okay. What is the maximum amount of players allowed for Scrabble? Y'all remember Scrabble, I'm sure. Used to play it a lot. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think when we play it, you're on like one side of it, you know. If there's 2, you're across from the person. If 4, there was 4 people. I'm going with 4. Yeah, that's it. Scrabble is a board and tile game in which 2 to 4 players compete in forming words with lettered tiles. Yeah. I used to come up with some crazy words, let me tell you. What famous American poet wrote the poem The Rainy Day? I don't really know this right offhand. Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Maya Angelou. The Rainy Day. I really don't know. I'm going to go with Emily Dickinson. No, it is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He's a famed poet and educator. His poetry collections include Voices of the Night and ballads and other poems. Wow, okay. And he, of course, did that one. I got 6 right and 2 wrong. 2 more. What causes clouds to become rain? Wind speed, evaporation, altitude, condensation. Well, only one also makes sense to me. I might be wrong. It's condensation. Yes. Condensation is the process of gaseous water turning into liquid water. That sounds about right. Which rain has dissolved chemicals which might cause pollution? Magnesium, potassium, antiseptic, acid. Which rain has dissolved chemicals? Rain has dissolved chemicals? Dissolved chemicals which might cause pollution. I'm not really for sure about this one. I've heard about acid rain before, though. Yeah, that's right. Acid rain or acid deposition is a broad term that includes any form of precipitation with acidic components such as sulfuric or nitric acid that fall to the ground from the atmosphere in wet or dry forms. I wouldn't imagine that'd be good for your car, you know. Okay, everybody, I ended up with 8 right and 2 wrong today. Some of them were fairly easy, but I did learn a few things. But, you know, not too bad. So I hope you did well and enjoyed trivia time and morning coffee break today. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great morning, and later on check out and About with Mike and Joy. Have a great day, everyone, and God bless.